coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. And birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. The front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Hey, welcome everyone. I hope you're having a good day so far. I know I'm having a good one, other than my cat was waking me up at 4 a.m. Little jerk. He was trying to wake me up for some reason. I'm like, just let me sleep. He's got an automatic feeder. It's not like I need to feed him. No, TC, there will be no drama today. They still were posting drama, and we will get to that. It just today will not be that day. Let's see. We got TC, we got Nancy, we got Joan Hageman in here. Welcome. Good morning. We got Jessica. Good morning. We got who else? Oh, Matthew. Good morning. All right. And I see we have people over watching us on X already. Welcome to all you good people over there. That's building up. We got 6 people there right now. People are trickling in. Yeah, there is court today in the Jeremy Hales thumbnail case. Have you guys been watching? Remember they were calling her the backdoor judge. She was the judge who ICE was there to pick up that illegal immigrant, and she ushered the guy out of the back door of the courtroom. Well, she's been charged with obstruction of justice and something else, and the trial's going on. And I've been following it. Sadly, it's while I'm sitting in my office, so I can't do a live thing on it, but it is not going well for her. Hey, Laura, good to see you this morning. Sleepwatcher, good to see you. Yeah, hopefully all the retards stay away today. I did change things with my banner. And some of the changes took and some of them didn't. Today's not December 1st, it's the 17th. We are not doing the Australian stuff today. Um, and my thumbnail didn't change. I don't know why. I did change it all because, and you could see because it said December 16th when I started changing it. Now it says December 1, so it only took the delete of the 6, not where I put the 7 or the other stuff. I don't know. So I'll fix the header later. I'll fix the header and the thumbnail. Actually, I can fix the description too. Now that I'm thinking about it. So yeah, that'll all get fixed. We'll fix it in post. Uh, anything you guys want to discuss this morning? I'm just gonna be going through the headlines. It's gonna be an easy day for me. Um, there is in the Brown shooting. So FBI Boston put out a thing yesterday about the um, the Brown shooting of a person of interest who's a Palestinian um, activist, and that was only from FBI Boston. It didn't come from anywhere else, and only people on X are talking about it. But one thing that's interesting is this guy's uh, he was a professor or something at Brown, and in real time, all of his stuff is getting scrubbed. His people did archive it, so his X account's archived. Some of his other social media is archived, but the Brown website is being scrubbed of any mention of this guy. So very interesting. And see, like I was in a discussion yesterday, and the FBI is not in charge of that investigation. That is a uh, the Rhode Island authorities. They have jurisdiction over that. Unless if they turn over jurisdiction to the FBI. Um, Erica Kirk and Candace Owens. I honestly, I just don't give a shit about either of those two. Like, I don't care. Oh, TC's lost 45 pounds. Good for you, brother. Good job. Uh, a lot of it's been you making the food yourself, correct? Um, Steven Spielberg is back. He's got a new movie. Don't care. Um, AT&T data breach settlement. I didn't have AT&T, so it doesn't affect me. I yeah. What's his name? Uh, Diego Pavia. Uh, he was one of the guys who he was up for the Heisman. Uh, yeah, he made some comments. Yeah, he's the Vanderbilt quarterback. But really, the only reason I'm talking about this is I saw a really funny tweet by a girl. So they had a picture of him, and he had a turtleneck and some gold chains in his suit. And she retweeted that and said, "I instinctively covered my drink when I saw this photo." That is funny. Uh, better diet, not missing a single workout since January 5th. There you go. There you go. I spent last night working on my hot tub. So the I'd taken apart the hot tub like 2 months ago and gave it a thorough cleaning. But the problem is when I hooked it back up, the one part was leaking, and it was a significant leak. And I checked it to make sure I didn't break it. It wasn't broken. Um, and there was like this collar that goes around it that's in two parts, and you have to like get it started and then cinch it down. And yeah, it was really difficult. Oh yeah, yeah. They're still looking for the volunteer cadaver dog. So anyone, if you know of anyone with a cadaver dog, that can go up to Minnesota and help out, reach out to TC. Um, but yeah, I worried that I broke it trying to tighten it down so much. I've been very careful because I know it's plastic; it'll break. So that's why I haven't had anything going with the hot tub. Well, last night I've been working on it the last several days, and last night I finally was able to get it to not leak. And I cinched it down really tight and it was still leaking. So I backed everything up and I just put a whole bunch of plumber's tape on the threads and then did it. And now it's not leaking. And I'm like, okay, thank God. Because I'd done plumber's tape before, but it wasn't working. But I just didn't do a ton of it. This time I just wrapped it. I generally use plumber's tape in stuff. So for those of you who want to criticize me, I normally do use it, and I did use it when I was fixing it the first time or attempting to fix it. But I want to do a whole bunch of stuff with my patio out there. I want to now that the weather's broke and it's not ungodly hot. I've been doing stuff outside. Um, been redoing some of my landscaping, cut down a lot of stuff off my trees. But I want to get that patio. I've been working at taking out the sand and putting blocks down, and that is a chore. I also, whoever did that patio, there's four posts, and they did put them into concrete, but they put wood along the bottom. And the problem is with the sand, it attracted the underground termites. So I've got one board that I had to like scrap completely. So what I'm doing is I'm already started digging down and I'm gonna have a trench underneath it. I'm gonna fill it with concrete and rebar, and then give it a much better foundation, and then redo the wood at the bottom. And when I do it that way, I won't have to worry about the termites again because they're not going to live underneath the concrete. So, um, so yeah, I've been doing stuff like that out there. I also want to add in. I've got a light and I want to add in down below it another because I've got one set of plugs on the house. I've got one nearby or one set nearby on the trailer. So that's all the outlets I have out there. So I want to put another outlet, and this one would be, operated by the switch. Mhm. Yeah, they keep showing these videos of the brown shooter, and the one I don't even know why they're putting it out. It's so like he's so far away, like you can't see shit. It's like, what is that supposed to do? Entertainment, it's still gonna be more Rob Reiner crap. Doctors were sentenced in Michael or Matthew Perry's case. Yeah, there's a Paramount Warner Brothers bidding war. Oh yeah, the guy that played Buck Rogers died. I did see that. My dad liked that show when he was a kid, so I let him know. Uh, what other stories? The Trump tax cuts are about to come into effect January 1st. There's some good ones in there. No taxes on tips. Uh, no tax on Social Security. Yeah, people are pissed off about this Vanity Fair article. Uh, any big things you guys want to talk about? I'm just looking through the stories here. Yeah, measles outbreaks, and people were complaining about the people not vaccinating their kids. And one woman was showing the vaccination schedule in Sweden and the vaccination schedule here in the US. In Sweden, 17 vaccinations that your kids will get. Here, 44. And it's like, yeah, yeah, that's why. That's you took it too far. So now people don't have trust anymore. You did that. Uh, Erica Trump, like, or not Erica Trump, but Erica Kirk. I'm not like it's not a big deal for me anymore. Like he was the guy. Like I was interested in him and the things he said. With her, I'm just not interested. Oh yeah. Oh, here's one I do want to talk about. Will that take effect for 2025 or 26? Um, no, no, you have to wait until 2026. But it does take into effect. It does take it into effect 1 January. And people are making a big deal. They're like, "Oh, this no tax on tips. It's not really no tax on tips. If you make over 110,000, you still have to pay." It's like if you're making over 110,000, yeah, you should be paying on the tips. The no tax on tips is supposed to help the biggest group. Wow, someone squealed their tires. I'm looking to see who it is. The no tax on tips, it's supposed to help like primarily women who are single moms who are waitresses. Um, that's who it's geared to help. Are there people who get tips who make a good amount of money? Yes, but if you're making over $100,000 a year, like you're doing okay. All right, you're doing double what the average person in America is making. So you're doing fine. Um, Senate GOP grows uneasy as Pentagon's Kelly investigation escalates. I doubt that. I doubt they're growing uneasy. Um, Defense Department announced Monday the review into Kelly has risen to an official command investigation. I'm not surprised. That means the preliminary is done. Intensifying the feud between the two sides over Kelly's role in a video he and other congressional Democrats made to remind service members of their duty to disobey illegal orders. That was very ill advised to be a part of that video. Because again, in the military, perception is reality. That is why conduct unbecoming is absolutely a thing. That's why the general article exists. Just the perception of impropriety will get you in trouble. The news has given a number of Republicans pause as their questions whether this is a prudent decision by the Pentagon against one of their colleagues. I think it's a terrible idea, said Senator Rand Paul. Well, who cares? Paul was one of 5 GOP members who expressed reservations about the Hegseth-led investigation. Well, it's it's not your it's not your lane. Stay in your lane. Kelly has been under fire for nearly a month after he, Senator Slotkin, Reps Crow, DeLuzio, Goodlander, and Houlihan appeared in a video that set off a series of comments. Trump also called for the execution of the half dozen lawmakers, remark he walked by. He did not call for their execution. This is the problem with the liberal media. This is the, he said, uh, like, what was it he said exactly? He said treason is a crime punishable by death. He didn't say let's kill them. This is the problem with the media. They just blatantly lie. Blatantly lie. Um, Days after Democrats released the joint video, Defense Department said it received serious allegations of misconduct against Kelly and that it kicked off a thorough review of the allegations. Yeah, because he's retired and he's subject to the UCMJ. Sorry? Not sorry. That is the way it works. Um, the Navy submitted the report potential punishments against Kelly to the department's Office of General Counsel last week. The content and scope of the report are unclear. What isn't being walked back is the probe, which some Senate Republicans believe likely does not have merit. Well, that's why you do an investigation. That's what the investigation's for. It doesn't matter what a Senate Republican does. They're not in the chain of command. They don't have any input into it. All they have is oversight. And that oversight does not necessarily come in over investigations. Hegseth on Tuesday appeared on Capitol Hill alongside Secretary of State Mark Rubio to brief lawmakers on the administration's targeting of boats near Venezuela. Hegseth and Kelly got into a long back and forth during the briefing. According to one Senate Republican, this bat started with a reasonable question that Kelly's end, but eventually turned into a protected discussion with GOP members complaining that he was filibustering during the classified briefing when other attendees had questions. So there we go. That's pretty much it with that story. MIT nuclear professor found shot dead. Hmm. I'm looking to see if this is the one. Okay, I can't see anything to see if this is the one that there's one I was looking at yesterday where the professor was a is like an Israeli activist. It doesn't say from that article. BBC. Oh, this is the BBC. I'm gonna do a short on this. But I'll give you guys like a teaser. The BBC done fucked up bad. Trump is got their balls in a vice. So for those of you who don't know, the BBC made this documentary, okay, and it was about January 6th. And what they did was they edited Trump's comments to make it seem like he was encouraging people to breach the Capitol, which absolutely did not happen. Well, what Trump is now doing is he's seeking a 7 billion law 7 billion pounds lawsuit, 10 billion American dollars in Florida. And I've already seen like what the BBC has said, and let me just say they do not have the strongest legal grounds. So he puts they're saying that they're going to put him on the stand where he must tell the truth. Okay? Um here's the issue, okay? They're saying they're going to put him on the stand. This is just like police, okay? Saying they're going to put Jeremy on the stand. They don't have the power to put him on the stand. Like, this is Trump's lawsuit, not the BBC's. If Trump chooses to take the stand, sure. But all they can, like, what they're not doing is not saying, hey, what we put out there is the truth. The BBC is not doing that. Donald Trump could be forced to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing. Okay, he could be made to face questions about his actions is something no congressional committee, prosecutor general has ever been able to do. The moment Trump filed the case, he opened the door. He thinks he can attack the BBC for 10 billion, but he could expose himself. Okay. Mr. Trump has launched 2 actions, 5 billion each against the BBC. BBC, as we made clear previously, we will be defending this case. Trump thinks the lawsuit puts the BBC on trial. In reality, it puts him on the stand. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. This is his action against you, unless if you're doing a countersuit on something that he did. He doesn't like. He can get up there and just like be like, "What? I'm not answering your questions. Like this has nothing to do with me. It has to do with your actions." Um, the BBC will be preparing discovery demands requiring Trump to turn over internal communications about the Panorama episode. Good luck with that, because the Supreme Court has already said no, you can't use privileged materials. So yeah, I don't think they're going to be getting any of that. If Trump wants billions, he's going to. That's the thing. Trump doesn't have to. He won't be able. He won't have to take the stand. He'll be able to say, all the things I did were privileged as president. He can say that. The Supreme Court has already ruled. They did it last summer. The evidence demands will be relentless. Well, you can demand it all day long. It doesn't mean you're going to get it. Dispute centers on Panorama's edited version of Mr. Trump's January 6th speech, which appeared to show him urging supporters to march on the Capitol and fight like hell while omitting the instruction to protest peacefully. BBC lawyers have told Mr. Trump's team the suit has no merit. Panorama did not air in the U.S. and was geo-blocked online. Okay. The problem with that, okay? So they are not arguing what we put out there was the truth. They're not arguing that. I've done a lot of research and stuff on defamation cases. When you're not arguing the truth, it normally ends up in a settlement. The case normally ends up in a settlement because, you don't have the truth on your side. All Trump has to show is damages. Okay. That's going to be easy to do because there was a an election. So they've what do I say? Panorama did not air in the US and was geo-blocked online, unless if you subscribe to BritBox. If you are an American and you subscribe to BritBox, you could watch this. And guess what? I guarantee you they're going to be asked for that data. How many people in America subscribe to BritBox? How many people in America watched it? Here's the thing. As we saw with Jeremy Hales, all it takes is if one person watched it. That's it. That's it. Gregory Germain, professor of Syracuse University's College of Law, claims Mr. Trump's case is doomed. The facts were not false. Well, yes, the facts were false. They were false. It was deceptively edited. Editing video to change the order of quotes to make a point is what the video editors do every day. No, they omitted stuff where he told them to be peaceful. It could cause a headache for the BBC. The location is significant. The same court district where former wrestler Hulk Hogan's defamation case led to Gawker Media filing for bankruptcy. Media analyst Michael J. Sokolow compared the BBC case to two of Mr. Trump's previous court battles against ABC, CBS. ABC paid 11.2 million pounds last year after anchor George Stephanopoulos incorrectly stated Mr. Trump had been found liable for rape. Despite claims the case had weak prospects of success. Paramount, CBS's parent company, settled its lawsuit for 12 million pounds amid claims the broadcaster deceptively edited an interview with Kamala Harris, a payment which insiders said was to make clear the path for a corporate takeover rather than for legal reasons. No, it's hey, Miss Means a lot. Good to see you. Teresa, good morning. Le Lisa Ratz is here. Um, but yeah, the BBC, there's a reason why these places here are settling because, yeah, they're not in an advantageous position. The BBC is not in an advant. If the BBC were saying what we put out there is the truth, then they would have a very strong case. They are not. So what they're going to be arguing is not that, oh, what we put was truthful. What they're going to be arguing is what we put out there didn't do damage. And that's going to be incredibly hard to argue because there was a uh, there was an election, and Trump can ask for data on whoever watched that documentary, whoever watched other stuff, because it was probably promoted. That documentary was probably promoted by their other shows. So, yeah, that is you can't put the toothpaste back in the bottle. So, yeah, the BBC. If I were the BBC, I would start talking settlement. But yeah, I'm going to do a short about that probably today, either today or tomorrow. So it is what it is. I do want to thank all the haters who've been here watching today's show. Oh, I've seen your guys' posts. I've got them screenshot. You can delete away. We will get back to the haters. That will be fun. I just wanted to just change things up a little bit today, but they're still going to be watching. They all gave proof they watched. They all gave proof, and you're just making me money. They knew about pedophiles and hushed everyone for decades. Yeah, but that won't come up in this lawsuit. What will come up in this lawsuit is that it was deceptively that they were trying to show something that was not truthful, and they left out. Like they should have just put in snippets at the very end. Well, he did say this, but we didn't believe it. Like at least then you could be like, we did put the truth in there. Um, but they're not arguing, oh, what we did was completely the truth. And that's the tell. That's the tell right there. The best defense you have for defamation is the truth. That you're arguing, hey, what I said is the truth. And a reasonable person would find it to be the truth. Just saying it's the truth doesn't make it true, like the fleas. They just say it's the truth. But it's something that a reasonable person would have to believe. So, all right, guys, it's 7:05. I'm going to get going. I got a big day today. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awaking at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore, morning in America, wanting just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awaking with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awaking with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awaking to lighten her load. America's awaking to lighten her load.